Hey, if you've been wondering what's the difference between branding and marketing, this video is for you. I'm Jessica with marketingforgreatness.com. We're a full-service online marketing agency here in Austin, Texas, and we love working with entrepreneurs and marketing teams to build their brand. Use forensic marketing, which means that we're not going to do the things unless they are actually going to help you reach your financial goals. So let's take some time today to go over the areas that matter the most when it comes to build a brand and the things that you need to do to actually take your brand to that phase that everybody talks about, which is monetization, meaning people will buy from you because you are that brand. So brand actually is not something that you can touch. Brand is very often confused with branding, and that is the first thing that we need to clarify, all right? So brand is what people judge us in about a couple of seconds, right? So branding, it's actually the process of making sure that you are represented in the way that you want to be represented. For instance, I get to struggle a lot, to be honest with you, because I want to be friendly, I want to be approachable, I want to be relatable, but at the same time, I also don't want to be mistaken for somebody that is sloppy, irresponsible, unprofessional, and all of those things. So the struggle is real, just to let you know. And you will have that struggle when you are starting out. But here's the thing. Just knowing the difference between brand and branding is going to allow you to understand that no matter how much you do to try to make yourself to be perceived as something or somebody, in reality, people will form that opinion of you. And typically, when you're designing your path to gain visibility, we cannot just say, all right, we're going to be working on your brand or we're going to be working on your marketing. Actually, both disciplines are combined. It's a holistic process. And that's why one of the things that you need to be very mindful, especially if you are trying to be conservative with your budget, is to actually work with professionals who can actually run all of those bases, because you're not going to waste your money. I've seen cases of entrepreneurs taking their branding to a web designer, and then the web designer did something that they love, but at the same time, they were not copywriters. They didn't know how to write copy to be persuasive. They didn't know how to build a funnel. And certainly they didn't know anything about Google settings. So that website was pretty, was expensive, but did not make them any money. And that's the case of many businesses that come to our agency. And that's why my recommendation is actually to take a look at your brand with a holistic approach and answer these questions. What do you do? What makes you unique? And what can we use as a confirmation so that when people hear or read your copy saying like what you do and what makes you unique, they actually like that. If your marketing materials, whether those are the online presence, the offline presence, and everything you do will help you share that message, but also I would say kind of like signal the sense that you are the real deal, you're not going to have an issue. And that's my very personal opinion. I very often will say you should just unmarket yourself. be you, show your authentic version of yourself, and then don't just promise something if you know that you cannot fulfill it. And at the end of the day, the best marketing that you can have is actually the word of mouth. It's when people talk about you, when people actually share the results they had from working with you. If you ask me, where your focus should not be just in branding or just in marketing. It should be in taking that holistic approach and having the opportunity to impact as many people as possible in a short period of time so that you can build that momentum. So I consider myself the CMO, Chief Momentum Officer, and I love working with entrepreneurs and marketing teams who are looking for that out-of-the-box plan so that they can take their business to that next level. And that next level, it's something very personal. So I would say, let's just have a conversation so we can see exactly where you're at and what is the path that we'll be recommending. And again, here we take a holistic approach, meaning we will take a look at every single angle and defining what is it that will help you the best. And we use the forensic discipline, meaning that we will rule our decision not based on what we think or what we feel, it's based on numbers. So I hope that these help you clarify the difference between branding and marketing, and let's have a conversation.